In this video, we're going to show you how to use the TI-84 or TI-83 to find a linear regression equation and actually how to graph the scatter plot along with it. So we're going to give you this table right here. The x value is 3, 5, 8, 10. The y value is 7, 8, 14, 18. You're going to put those into L1 and L2 respectively. So your x values are going to L1, your y values are going to L2. So we type those in, 3, 5, 8, 10, and 7, 8, 14, 18. Now how you actually find the equation is you're going to press stat, go back to your calc menu. We've already used one of our stats before. Linear regression, you can use ax plus b. That's one option. In this class, we're going to focus on a plus bx in that form. And let me bring it back up here. You'll see on the older calculators you have a linreg a plus bx and an empty space. We're going to store this as an equation in the y equals. So in order to do that, we're going to type in y1 right here. How do you access that variable? Well, you go to the vars button right here. It starts with variables next to the clear button. Y variables, y vars, function, and it has all the y's there. We're going to choose y1, and what you're telling the calculator is to do linear regression for L1, L2, store it into y1 the equation. Alright, so it's telling you y equals a plus bx. It gives you the a, gives you the b. It also gives you r squared and r. If you do not turn on diagnostics, these won't show up. I'll show you how to turn those on at the end of the video. So what we've done right now is we found that the y-intercept, A, is 1.10 essentially, and then the slope of the line is going to be 1.64. If you click the y equals button, you should see the exact same equation stored there already. Alright, now we want to go to graph, you want to see it, you go to stat plot, so second y equals. Turn this on. Scatter plot is your first option for graphs. Make sure your x list is L1, your y list is L2. Doesn't matter what mark you choose. If you already have this in your y equals and you're ready to go with your stat plot, it's going to graph both the line and the scatter plot at the same time. Press graph. Now, I've already zoom 9'd this, but if yours doesn't show up right away, you simply press zoom and then zoom stat, the 9 button, and it should show up like this. And that is your linear regression line, and then this is your 4 scatter or points on your scatter plot. So I wrote down the information from the calculator on this scatter and this data set, the bivariate data. The r squared and the r, we've already talked about r in this set of notes, the correlation coefficient. R squared is what's called the coefficient of determination. We're going to talk more about that later. But right now, if you want to be able to get this from your calculator, you need to turn on diagnostic. So in order to do that, let's say these two values didn't show up. Let me fix the calculator so it does that. So this is how it would look if the diagnostic was turned off. If you want to turn diagnostic on, you're going to press the second button right here. And then there's a word catalog right where the zero's at. And it gives you this big list of different functions. Now, you'll see that there's the alpha lock already locked. So if you type a button here on the number pad, it's not going to give you a number, it'll give you the letter that goes with it. So if we're looking for a diagnostic, you go to the D in green on my calculator. You press that and it goes to the auto correct to the D's. We're going to go to the on option. Press that. Enter done. It's now on. So go back to your linear regression calculation. And R value and R squared show up in the calculator. So this calculator allows you to not only represent this graphically, but it also gives you a chance to graph it with the linear regression model. Also gives you the equation for it as well. On top of that, the regression, the coefficient of regression, correlation coefficient along with the data set.